You have made it as far as the third declension, yay, and suddenly you come across an ending that's actually very easy. Ibus, ibus, dative, ablative, plural. Fantastic. Until you start thinking, well, actually, am I not going to get confused with the second declension nominative, which ends in us? Oh no, actually, that's not the case. Let's take a look at the examples and you'll see how it's actually very unlikely that you'll fall into this trap. It's good to know, but it's not something that should take away your sleep. So let's look at some words in the third declension. First one, regibus, for the kings, to the kings, from the kings, or with the kings if we have prepositions as well. That comes from rex, regis. So if you remove the ending of the genitive, you're left with reg. Therefore, the ending is not just the us, is ibus, and you know that because you have learned your principal parts. Then omnibus, again, for everyone, to everyone, or again with prepositions from everyone, out of everyone, or you could say cum omnibus, with everyone. Yeah. So that comes from omnis, omne. Again, you know the ending is ibus, not just the us. Yeah, because otherwise you can't account for that eve. Navibus, the ships. That comes from navis, navis. Again, you must explain where the book comes from if you are to imagine that this is a second declension noun. So you will be now saying, well, yes, that's right. But, for example, the word kibus ends in ibus. Yes, that is true. But there aren't that many words ending in ibus. And actually, probably the only one you're going to come across at the moment is actually kibus. So we have kibus, kibi, and that's food. And yes, you will find this word very often. But look at this. It's such a small word, and you've learned it so early on that you'll probably recognize it straight away when it comes up. Then another three words I've found looking at the dictionary from the backs, looking at it backwards, which you can do. You can type the endings of words and find out. One of them is intibus, which is endive. I don't think it's very likely that you're going to come across endive in your translations at this stage. Maybe if you're reading about food, or maybe if you're reading, it appears in some poems. But to be fair, by the time you come across the word endive and it's relevant in your translation, and it's not in the glossary at the bottom of the text, you probably know already a lot of Latin, so you can deal with this. Then we have two that appear in Plautus. So they're not very common in classical Latin, or at least we don't know them that well from classical times. They're most like pre and post. So we have merobibus, which is somebody who drinks wine and mix. So he is a merobibus. There you go. And multibibus, who is a much drinking person. Oh, look at that. I forgot this. There we go. It's a much drinking person, multibibus. So let's recap. Ibus, dative, ablative, plural, third declension nouns. Words ending in ibus that are not that, actually very few. Obviously, you will see the fourth declension, etc. But at the moment, from what you've learned so far up to the third declension, words ending in ibus, kibus, food, and then intibus, merobibus, multibibus, and there might be some other ones that I haven't caught, but pretty much that's that. Are you ready to put yourself to the test? Here I have a tricky sentence. Quibus cum pescatoribus spem mercatoribus fortibus dat. Can you translate this? I will give you the answer in the comments. Let me know how it goes. Vale.